generally it will be the same approach. Maybe the things we say will be a bit different. The way we communicate to the players will be a bit more specific to this game and what can happen. Because to my understanding, even if we win, it's still not in our hands necessarily. We're still counting on G2 to win against Excel.
Hi everyone, this is Tom reporting from the LEC Summer Split. With me here is Tasz, the coach of Vitality, who did just win a long and tense and just a nail-biter of a game against Rogue. Tasz, tell me, how are you walking away from a game like this, where basically everything was still on the line for you as well?
I'm feeling good about winning, but it is a bit crazy. The game was very interesting. The game was intense, but obviously it feels good to win it. Obviously it feels good to keep our playoff dreams alive, you know.
Heading into the day, I don't think many people expected you guys to win this game, given both teams' record. So, how did you head into the day against a team such as Rogue?
It was generally a pretty normal day for us. The prep was basically the same as we usually do. We do come in with a mindset that we just try to get as much as we can out of what we have. But yeah, the preparation was basically the same as it usually is. So there was nothing crazy about that. I think maybe we did give ourselves a bit more freedom in draft, and we didn't put ourselves in as much restraints as we generally do. But other than that, it was generally the same as it usually is.
Okay, well, I do want to talk a bit about the performance of the team, because I think in this game today we saw a very coherent team from your side, where the team was playing together a lot, and that is something that we did not see as much in previous games, where maybe it was more individual performances that tried to make things happen. So can you talk a bit how that has developed for you guys, maybe during practice in the last week?
Yeah, I think this is something we've been working on for quite some time, or a few weeks already, not just this week, but 2-3 weeks. And we do have really good individual players with a lot of strengths that just they have, that are very unique to them. But it is generally difficult to put them on the same side, especially since their understanding of the game might be so different from one player to another. This being said, this is something we've been working on for a long time. This is something that other teams have been exposing us with because we didn't know how to do it, and I'm glad it's starting to show. Maybe a bit late, but hopefully not too late. We'll see.
Yeah, and now let's talk a bit about that final playoffs run, because it's all going to depend on tomorrow, and this interview is going to air on the day itself, so it's all going to depend on today. So imagine that you are in that moment when there was a broadcast interview in which NukeDog from Excel said that he feels that they are clearly the better team of you, Astralis, and Excel, who are all still in that running for the playoff spot. How do you perceive this final run?
I'm not sure. Excel is looking good, and I think we started looking good now. It's really hard to tell. Astralis maybe doesn't have the craziest individual players, but clearly they do have something that's working for them, and they did get a lot of wins because of that. So it's really difficult to tell. I'm counting on us, obviously, but I feel like all the teams have their own individual strengths, and it's really difficult for me to tell. I mean, we lost against Excel 2 times, which is big part of the reason why our playoffs run, us making playoffs, is being so difficult right now. So yeah, we'll see.
You'll see. Okay. Well, is there anything specific you think you are gonna do for that final game, or is it mostly about keeping the ice calm? I don't know if you have anything prepared for them, because there's gonna be a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on that game, obviously.
Yeah, there will be. I think keeping the same routine is generally what helps us in situations like this. It generally helps anyone in situations like that, and I think we're going to do it. I just before starting to talk to you, I was already thinking and talking with the management about how the day should be structured and when should we have food and whatever else.
Yeah.
To make sure that we're ready for the day. But yeah, generally it will be the same approach. Maybe the things we say will be a bit different. the way we communicate to the players will be a bit more specific to this game and what can happen. Because to my understanding, even if we win, it's still not in our hands necessarily. We're still counting on G2 to win against
Mhm.
Excel.
Mhm.
So we see.
Which
We try
you never
to.
know with G2, right? So it's true.
That's true.
Yeah, and aside from the players, for you as a coach, it's also the first time you are in this position with this high stakes. How is that for you to be in a position like this?
Um, well, I am going to say that the bald guy you just saw and that was showing off his head and his
Yes.
pretty good looking pink cap
Yeah.
is yeah is kind of carrying me. I need to say so.
Okay. Shout out to
He
Mephisto. Yes. Okay.
yes. Yeah, but Mephisto is doing a really great job. He has been the main person in recent time reviewing the games and focusing on in-game stuff. And because of this, I could focus on other issues that we had in the team that were not as much in-game, but outside of it. And I feel like this has been working. This is doing fine. Um, I feel like what we created in the off season is working fine for us. Could be better, but also we were pretty limited in what we could create in this short amount of time,
Mhm.
with only a certain amount of wiggle room as to what we could change. Because generally it wasn't that much,
Mhm.
and we were trying to make the most out of it. But to be completely fair, we did divide responsibilities in a specific way, which allows me and allows Mephisto and allows Realistic to do the things we feel most comfortable with,
Mhm.
or we think we can do the best.
Okay, so you feel very supported as well with the stuff you have around you, and it's not that all the pressure. You don't feel that all the pressure is landing on you for this final game.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I think it's distributed, and I would even say for the final game, because I am not as in-game focused in recent weeks as I was at the beginning of the season. I would say maybe there's even more pressure on Mephisto and Realist
Okay.
currently. Um, this being said, yeah, I count on them. There's a reason why I decided to send them on stage, and that's the reason why I keep deciding to do it every single day
Mm-hmm.
when we play, because I know I can count on them, and I believe that they probably will make the better decision that I would make.
All right.
um,
Yeah. Well, Taz, thank you so much for joining and for sharing the insights. Best of luck for you and the team tomorrow in that final game. I know that it's going to be very tense and everybody's going to be counting on the foldy sheets and stuff like this. So best of luck as well.
okay, thank you very much.